Okay, so today what we want to talk about is the life cycle of money. Most people will go through similar types of events throughout their lives, and so when we're born, from anywhere from the time that we're born until maybe our late teens, early 20s, we really have no responsibilities too much. It's basically to have fun, eat, and play for the most part. However, once you get into the working phase of your life, I generally start that phase at around the age of 20. From the age of 20 all the way out, maybe 20, 30, 40 years, until the magical date that we all call retirement, we're in a phase of life that we are basically working and trying to accumulate money. So this working phase of our lives, generally we have an employer, and that employer is providing a paycheck that provides the lifestyle that we are happy with, that makes us comfortable. And so during that phase of life, the income is not a huge issue. It's all the other things in life about how to pay for college and insurance and raising children and so on. But once we get to this magic number out here of retirement, many people put the age of maybe 65 as that magical time period. What we hope is that during our working careers, we've provided a savings that is sufficient enough to basically replace the income we have from work and be sufficient enough to last for the rest of our lives. And so as we're working here, we're basically saving into a big pot over on the side that is maybe a retirement account of some sort. And so once we hit that retirement phase of our life, the next phase of our life, once we've stopped working, we have to take this money that we've saved and basically spend it. So I call this the spending phase or the distribution phase. This is where we get to use the money that we've sacrificed for and we've saved for maybe 30 or 40 years in our working careers so that we can provide the lifestyle that makes us happy and provides a stress-free, happy type life. And so this is a challenging experience. So what I really want to talk about to you is the most important time period of your life when it comes to retirement. And that is, if your retirement date is age 65 and you've done all the basic calculations to know that, hey, if I save a certain amount of money, and let's say that magic number is $500,000, if I save $500,000, I should have enough money to be able to retire comfortably for the rest of my life. However, the most important time period that you'll ever have when it comes to retirement planning is the 5 years before retirement and the 5 years after retirement. This 5-year time period on both sides of that retirement date are the most crucial times that you'll ever have in your life when it comes to your money. And here's why. I want to take you back a few years to the year 2007. In 2007, the market had just recovered from the earlier losses in 2001, 2002. And so many of these retirees had suffered significant losses, and their account values had come back almost up to where they had been in the early 2000s. Then they get to the point and they say, hey, we're close. We're getting ready to retire at age 65. And sure enough, right before their retirement date, back in 2008, between the 2008-2009 time period, the stock market lost almost 50% of its value. So just imagine this person that wanted to retire at age 65, and they looked over here and they said, we almost have our $500,000. Just at the worst possible time, that 5-year window, their $500,000 is cut in half, and now it's only $250,000. And they come to the stark realization that now I'm going to have to continue working for who knows how long. And many of those people are still working today because they simply took losses that they couldn't afford. And so that was a big issue. However, that's on the pre-side, before your retirement. That person still has the luxury of continuing to work and provide the income that they need to live comfortably. Now let's talk about the flip side. Let's say back in 2008, we had someone that made it to retirement. They still had their $500,000 in their account, and they were happy. They said, we finally made it. and the stock market's going good. We're going to continue to ride this train, and then shortly after their retirement, they've given up their steady paycheck. Now the stock market takes a 50% hit. Now they have no job, they have no steady income, and the money that they were going to rely on to provide the lifestyle that they wanted was cut in half. Now they're down maybe to $250,000, and they come to the realization that, guess what? We're going to run out of money. So they have to end up going back to work or doing something else they don't want to do. Folks, that's simply not something that has to happen. Once we get into this phase of our lives, when we're moving from working years to retirement years, that 5-year window on either the front side of retirement or the back side of retirement is the most crucial time in history. We can simply help you to take your assets and protect those assets so that they'll last you for the rest of your life. And that's very important. We'll talk about that in one of the next videos.